So I decided to do a response video to my own POV video that I put out a little while ago. Just bored, so hope you guys enjoy watching me play with myself. That sounds really bad. Sorry, that was a dumb joke. But I decided to have Archibald Price get interviewed by Arum. Hope you enjoy it. And thank you for watching. Don't like or subscribe. Bye.
Oh, hey, look at you. With the way you're dressed and the group you're with, I'm guessing you're some kind of adventurer? Is it okay for me to call you an adventurer, or do you call yourself something else?
Yeah, you could call me an adventurer. I guess one name's as good as another. I call myself a bunch of other things, but yeah, adventurer will work for now.
Well, my name's Arum Titan. What's yours?
Actually, it's Archibald Price, but you can call me Archie. It's nice to meet you, Arum.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm looking to become an adventurer myself, and I was looking for some experienced advice. So, could I ask you some questions? First, how long have you been doing this for?
Well, I've been doing this about 2 years.
Well, I'm sure you have some great advice. First off, was this something you wanted to do? Or is it just something you stumbled into?
I more stumbled into it. But I found my religion and gained the abilities of a cleric, which allowed me to start adventuring.
And what is your motivation? Is there some grand quest you're on? Some mission? Or are you just wandering around? Or is it something else?
There's no grand quest or mission. I'm looking for some of my kids. A bunch of them took off as adventurers, so this seemed the only way I could find them.
I'm just looking to wander myself. I had a very sheltered upbringing, so I'm just out to see the world. And it's fascinating to me about how different everything is. I mean, how much exposure to the world at large did you have before you got started?
Most of my experience was on the streets of larger cities. Not much out in the country wandering and stuff. So that's been kind of new to me.
Wow. Well, it's interesting people's perspective and stuff. Like, the differences people see. People keep telling me that it's strange to see a turtle walking on its hind legs and talking. Well, until I left home, I'd never seen a mammal do either of those things either. So it's just kind of a, as I said, it's a perspective thing. Is there anything that you found strange that other people take for granted?
It is a matter of perspective. It's a lot of fun. But I think that this is more of my religion, but that people don't think of, only think of fortune as good fortune. Don't realize that bad fortune has also got its place.
Well, now I guess I could ask you for the advice. Is there anything you wish you knew before you got started that you know now?
Well, wish I'd learned Giant and Draconic. And it would have saved me a lot of issues in the past. Even now, I actually don't know them very well, but, I've got comprehend language, so that helps.
That's useful. I'm a little worried about the monsters. I defeated some small stuff back in the wild, just for self-defense. But I'm worried about the bigger things. How much experience did you have dealing with monsters before you started on your journey?
Mostly spent my time in the cities, so mostly it was in dangers you encounter in the city. Thugs, giant rats, So no real big monsters to say that. Um,
Well, that's neat. Okay, have you found any interesting magical items?
Magic items, some standard stuff. I've got some gauntlets of ogre strength that are very useful for me. And I once got to use a potion of giant size, or giant growth, I think it's called.
Well, what's the strangest thing you've seen on your journey?
I've seen a flying tower. I've been to an underwater city. Pretty interesting stuff.
Okay, sorry. Those are little boy fanboy question stuff. Um, I've got a little more practical question for you. What item has been the most useful to you on your journey so far?
If we're talking non-magical items, I'd say a crowbar. You know, give me a lever long enough and a fulcrum, and I can move the world. You can also hit things with it, which is very useful at times.
Well, that's really useful. Thank you. Um, I'll take note of that. I hear that there's good money in adventuring. How good are you at handling your money? Do you save it as it, or do you spend it as it comes?
Money, I save a little, I spend a little, I lose a lot of it. My goddess can be a bit cruel at times with comes to gambling.
Do you come from wealth, or is it something new to you?
No, I did not come from wealth. I've had to scrape and fight for everything I've had. Had a tough childhood, had a tough few early years.
Sorry if this is getting a bit personal. I thought I had a normal childhood, but as I'm meeting more people, I'm realizing that everyone's got something different. Like, for me, I was born, then I hatched. My parents protected me and taught me and my sisters till they died. Then we just divided their stuff and went our separate ways. It's the same thing I'll do for my kids, but I'm finding out that not everyone lives that way. I mean, meeting human teenagers was really strange. It's just not something I had encountered before. Can I ask you, what was your childhood like?
I would prefer actually to not talk about my childhood.
Fascinating. Do you have a relationship with your family members? Or no?
Not my old family.
Sorry, that was a bit too personal. Well, can I ask you about your current creep? I'm sorry. I mean, your current group? Did you find a good group to travel with? And how did you meet them?
Well, I guess a creep could work. But yeah, I found a good group of people. They were actually together, and I ran into them in a town. I was looking for a job. We decided to do a mission together, and then just kind of hung out. People came and people left, but the group was still the group. So we had a lot of fun together, defeated an ancient dragon, and kind of went our separate ways for a bit of time. We might meet up again, though, to do something else.
Well, that's neat. Is there anyone in the group who causes problems? Or is it like the old saying, if you can't spot the problem, it's probably you?
That's funny. No, it wasn't me. We did have 3 guys who all had really big egos, which got interesting at times, especially when they would goad each other on. Sometimes I just sat back and wait to see what would happen. it was a lot of fun with them. But I like when Fortune throws me a curveball and things get crazy. It's a blessing from the goddess.
Oh, whoa, I'm sorry. I'm a bit embarrassed. I've been getting way too personal with these questions. I mean, look at me. I'm blushing. How well do you deal with embarrassment?
I'm usually fine with embarrassment. I don't blush like you do, I guess.
Okay. Oh, look at the time. I have to thank you. You've been really helpful. Are you usually this talkative, or are you more the silent type?
Yeah, I like talking, and this has been very pleasant, actually. Arum, good fortune on your future quest. Have fun as an adventurer starting out.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing with me. I better get to finding my own party. And thank you. And goodbye.